Hello, hello, old guy here. Big day for the Warhammer Underworlds online community. We have two new warbands. Let's take a look. It is the Drepnir's Wraithkeepers and Storm of Celestis. The Wraithkeepers are, let's take a gander at them real quick. They are right here, a warband of 4. Let's see if we can get a really good look at them. There we go. 4, with their number 1 guy, their leader being Viceroy Drepper. Drepper? I don't know. His Inspire mechanic is at the start of your activation, 1 or more enemy fighters are within 2x's of this fighter. Very easy. He starts with 2 dodge, 3 move, and 4 life. He starts with a 2 dice, 2 hammer, 2 damage. Range 2. I think they all have range 2, except for a guy with the drum. The guy with the drum is the most important, in my honest opinion. When he inspires, he gets another move and another dice on his attack. Their ability is intangible. When this fighter makes a move action, it can move through blocked or occupied hexes. It end its move action in an empty hex. If it ends its move in an empty hex. Okay. I got the big old... What are those, horse skulls? Donkey skulls? I think it's horse skulls. The next guy is Grodrig the Lance. He has the same Inspire mechanic. He starts with only 1 dodge, same attack, same intangible keyword. When he inspires, he gets 2 dodge. The next guy is Sire Hackfell. Sire Hackfell is also intangible. He has the same Inspire mechanic of being within 2 hexes of an enemy fighter. When he inspires, he goes to 4 move and 2 dodge. I think he also, Godrig gets the 4 move as well. They all still have 3 dice on the leader when he's inspired. Now, here we go. This is the interesting one. The Patrician. He has a drum. At the beginning of every power step, he can push 1 friendly fighter, and he can choose 1 friendly fighter and push that 1 friendly fighter towards the closest enemy every single time. That is a very powerful mechanic. He's also intangible. He has a 3 dice, 1 damage with swords. That is range 1. I think it's just his deathly bite. 3 move, 2 dodge straight off the bat. Goes to 4 dodge. And his death beat gets better. He can then choose 2 friendly fighters and push them 1 hex towards the closest. And he also gets an extra damage on his deathly bite. Really strong warband. As you can tell, they are very focused on getting in your face and damaging. They all have range 2 except for the Patrician. 4 units, and there are 4 members, and they're all very strong. Their faction-specific cards as well are very strong as well. As you can see, the new color artwork on every card in the game, and a new look. Instead of having the power on the bottom of the card, it's just a number. Let's go through some of them. They also have very strong cards. I didn't even notice that I didn't have 5 restricted in my deck. I had to go find some restricted cards to put in here. What people are talking about is that Cleave is going to become a much bigger thing, because the other warband that came out is also very strong. They have 2 shields when they inspire. That with just a lot of shields being in the game. These guys are all dodgy, but they also put some snare cards in the world of Underworlds. And ensnare is the same thing as Cleave, except for dodge. So if it nullifies a dodge roll if you have ensnare. Very good stuff. Objective cards. Some of the really, really, really good ones they have is score this in end phase if your warband holds one or more objectives in enemy territory. Just end on an objective over there. Get one. Score this in end phase if 4 or more enemy fighters are out of action for 3. I mean, that's why I don't have it. It's a maybe. Score this in end phase if your warband holds 2 or more objectives in enemy territory for 2. Not bad. I think they're very attack oriented though. That one's a maybe. Next one is score this in an end phase if 2 or more enemy fighters are out of action. Yes, that's very doable on most of the times. You are a very attack oriented warband. Ethereal Hunters Surge card. Score this immediately after an activation in which a friendly fighter made a charge action in which they move through one or more blocked and or occupied hexes. So anything. A lethal, a enemy fighter, your fighter. That's very easy to score. Very easy. Score this in an end phase if each surviving friendly fighter has 1 or more charge tokens. Move or charge tokens. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Easy scores. Surge on the next one. Mass Blades. Scores immediately after an activation which a friendly fighter made an attack action with 1 or more supporting fighters. Very easy, especially with the drum, with a patrician. He moves, attack, boom. Piercing Blow. Score this immediately after an activation in which a friendly fighter attack with Cleave was successful. I do not have this one picked on here, but get some Cleave, make an attack. And if it hits, you got it. Scythed Down. Score this in an end phase if 3 or more enemy fighters are out of action. Hard to do on some. Next one, The Hunt Pursues. Score this in an end phase if each surviving friendly fighter is in enemy territory. Just a swift advance. So if you have swift advance and this card, bada bing, bada boom, you got 2 glory. Surge scores immediately after an activation, which a friendly fighter made a charge action, which they took an enemy fighter out of action. So just make charges. Yeah. There you go. You got it. And another Surge. A lot of Surge here. I don't know if you've noticed. A lot of Surge. Score this immediately after an activation, which a friendly fighter took an attack action, took the enemy leader out. That's only 1. I think that would be bigger or larger. But some people hide their leaders pretty well. So I did not pick it. Let's look at their gambits. Gambits. Now, they have a lot of words on their cards for their gambits, but they've got some very, very good ones. Deathly Vengeance reaction. Played during an enemy fighter's attack action. After the deal damage step, if that attack action would take a friendly fighter out of action, you can make an attack. So that's pretty much a my turn. So my turn is restricted. So if you have this and my turn, you can, it's pretty much, it's my turn. Choose up to 2 friendly fighters, put each chosen fighter 1 hex closer to the nearest enemy. Just a really good push. Play this only in your power step. -1 damage from enemy fighters range 1 and 2 attack actions in the next activation to a minimum of 1 against the to the Patrician. Patrician, play this only in your power step. Enemy fighters' attack actions have the swords characteristic in the next. Very good. Next is play this only in an opponent's power step. The first range 2 action, which most of your people have, made by a friendly fighter in the next action has Cleave. As you can see, Cleave is very important. Choose 1 enemy fighter within 3 hexes of one of your friendly fighters. Push that fighter 1 hex. The other warband that came out, very objective focused. So there's a lot of push going on. This one is a methodical attacks reaction. Play this after an attack. Play this after an activation in which a friendly fighter made a failed attack action. That fighter attacks again. You see it in every warband. This attack again if you missed. Play this only during your power step. -1 move from enemy fighters in the next activation to a minimum of 0. Not bad. Not bad. I have that in my deck. Interesting. Solemn beat. Next, Stuff of Nightmares. Choose one enemy fighter within 2 hexes of a friendly fighter. Roll 1 attack dice on a hammer. Deal 1 damage. Not bad. Next one. Choose one friendly fighter. Push that fighter 1 hex. Pretty good. The upgrades. Bitter Strength, +1 damage on range 1 or 2. I mean, come on. It's good. It's good. It's been good since the very beginning. It's still good. Carry on Companion. After this fighter's attack action, which takes an adjacent enemy fighter, adjacent enemy fighter out of action, gain 1 glory, and that's Hackfell. I like it. Death Grasp. Range 1, 3 hammers, 2 attack. If this attack action succeeds, give the target 1 move token. So they can't charge at that point. Knock them back. That's not bad, but it's restricted to Draper. +1 wounds. Always been good. Always will be. +1 move. Good, good. Let's see here. Murderous Accomplice. After another friendly fighter's move action that has made... Let me start over. After another friendly fighter's move action that has made part of a charge action, push this fighter up to 2 hexes so that this fighter is adjacent to 1 or more of that fighter's targets. And that's restricted to Grodrig. You can see the support objective card. That would help. Murder Pact. +1 damage to this fighter's range 1 or 2 attack actions if this fighter has 1 or more supporting fighters. +1 dice to other friendly fighters' attack actions if this fighter is supporting that person. So that's just really good. That's just really good. Paul of Fear. -1 dice from enemy fighters, range 1 and 2 attack actions targeting this fighter. Amazing card. That makes a 2-hammer attack into a 1-hammer attack. Tearing Claws. A 1 range, 2 sword, 2 damage. This attack action has Cleave and Ensnare. That's restricted to Patrician. The reason I have this is A, the Cleave and Ensnare. B, I figure the Patrician is going to be getting a lot of support. And C, Murder Pact and Murderous Accomplice. Oh, yeah. Also, Point of Death. You can reroll 1 dice in this fighter's attack rolls during this fighter's charge action. It's an awakened weapon for free. It's an awakened weapon that's not restricted. So you're seeing they've got greater strength. So you can have 2 greater strengths. You can have 2 awakened weapons. I mean, come on. They're good. They're really good. Really, really good. I'm playing around with some of the things that I've put in there for them. Let's see. I've got their mass plane. Let's see. Some things that I added was Swift Advance, Advancing Strike, because we're going to be in their territory, Escalation, because we're going to get a lot of glory, Master of War, and Superior Tactician, because they have a lot of Surge cards. And I think, yeah, you're going to score a lot of glory. I've played a couple games, and even when I did terribly on my rolls, I was still about 10 or more glory. Some of the gambits that I put in my turn. I put in Ready for Action. I put it in now to get away from the other new warbands, Celestis. I think that's what it's called. Their objective play. I put Mischievous Spirits, and my favorite card is Daylight Robbery. So I think I put it up. I'm not sure I put it up. I played a game against Magors the other day, and the guy was struggling for glory, and he finally got one, and he didn't spend it immediately, and I a Daylight Robbery concede. I don't blame him. All right, in my upgrades that I added outside of their cards, I added Great Strength, Trusted Defender, Ethereal Shield, in case they don't have a lot of cleave, and because they're all dodge. And Tearing Claws, yeah. because I have their Murderous Accomplice, Murder Pact in here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go look at the other guys. Let's go look at the... I named it Farstriders Are Dead because I think this is just an upgraded version of Farstriders. Massively upgraded. Okay. Let's look at the fighters. First guy is Draken Celestis. All of them inspire, except for the bird dog, by hitting their great bow attacks. They have 2 attacks, all 3 of the fighters. Of the human fighters, I think they're human. Start off with 3 move, 1 defense, 4 life. They all do. The leader, Draken, it has the Thunderbow, which is a 2 hammer, 2 damage at 3 range. And the kicker is this fighter can only make this attack action once per phase. They all can only do that. So Farstriders do have a leg up that they can make multiple attacks, but A, it has to hit, and B, they're doing 3 swords, which is a little bit more accurate, but they also all have ham. Oh, nope. He has a heavy stock, which is 2 hammers, 2 damage, 1 range. When he inspires, he goes up to the 2 shields. This fighter cannot be knocked off an objective when he is... cannot be driven back. When he's upgraded, and then he gets 3 dice on his heavy stock attack. Next is Melisande, star-sided. She has the 3-1-4. She's got the great bow, but she's got a crushing kick. A little karate kick. She does not go to the 2 block, but she has +1 to this fighter's attack actions if this fighter is holding an objective. Interesting. She can be driven off an objective, and nothing changes with her attacks. She gets an extra damage on her kick. Change that. Okay. Let's look at Aphis. Aphis the Brave. He also has his Thunder Great Bow. He has a Shoulder Barge, which is knockback 1, 3 hammers, 1 damage, 1 range. He gets the 2 shields. If this fighter is holding an objective, they can reroll 1 defense die when attacked. Pretty good. He gets his great bow. He gets an extra damage on his Shoulder Barge. Now, you're Sleek. Sleek is the bird dog. This fighter's beak and claw attacks is what he does to get inspired. Let's see. Anything special? Oh, yeah, he's got the warning cry. Listen to this. This fighter can only use this reaction once per phase, so you can use it 3 times. Use this after an enemy fighters declare action step. If that enemy fighter is within 2 hexes of this fighter, if you want to, you give 1 guard token to each friendly fighter within 1 hex. You can see the immediate combos with Change of Tactics, which is if a friendly fighter with guard makes a charge, you immediately get, doesn't matter if it succeeds, you get a glory. Cannot have action upgrades. Once you do upgrade, it goes to 5 move, 2 dodge, an extra... Nope. The attack stays the same, but... oh, no, it does not stay the same. He gets ensnare. Hello. Fantastic. This is what makes them better than Farstriders. This guy right here. Man. Guard tokens. All right, let's look at the objectives that are specific to the warband. Surge scores immediately after an opponent activation if you hold 2 and 4. Immediately after their activation. Score this in an end phase if your warband holds 3 more objectives, or 4 if enemy objectives are out of action. Holds 3 or more objectives, or if 4 enemy fighters are out of action. Why not have that in your deck? Why not? That is a supremacy or a murder fest, like either way. Here we stand. Score this in an end phase if your warband holds 2 or more objectives. Easy peasy. Get the lemon squeezy out. Let's see. Lightning strike. Score this in end phase if an enemy leader is out of action. Not bad. We didn't start at the top. Score this immediately after an activation in which a friendly fighter made a successful range 3+ attack, which they all have except for the doggo. Doggo being the bird dog, which targeted an enemy fighter. So a successful attack with your bow, bam. Score this in end phase of 2 or more enemy fighters are out of action. Hopefully, you can get 2 kills. Score in an end phase of if each surviving friendly fighter is inspired. A little tougher. Score this in end phase if there are no enemy fighters in your territory. I don't know why I have that. Might have to take that out. I haven't taken a really good look at my deck on here yet. Advancing Storms. Surge scores immediately after an activation with a friendly fighter makes a range 1 attack that takes an enemy fighter out of action in enemy territory. So that is just a advancing strike, or what is it called? Yeah. So it's one of those. You can change up your play style. Surge scores immediately after an opponent activation if your warband holds 2 and 4. You can see 2 and 4 also down here. So if you actually end up holding 2 and 4, you can get 3 surge points or glory immediately. Bold claim, surge again. You can with all these surges, I have Superior Tactician for 3 glory, which is score 6 or more cards. I got them in both decks. There's a lot of surge. There's a lot of easy cards to get. Score this immediately after an opponent's activation if your warband holds 2 or more of the following objectives, 1, 3, and 5. Shard Caller is definitely in this deck. Shard Caller can help you get those. Shard Caller being the card that says at the beginning of your activation, you can switch any objective held by this fighter with another objective. So you can either get 1, 3, or 5, or 2 and 4, or 2 and 4. Let's see, this one is score in an end phase if each of the surviving friendly fighters has 1 or more upgrades. Okay. Very strong objective cards. Excuse me. Gambit. Etheric Channeling. Play this only in an opponent's power step. The first range 3+ attack action made by a friendly fighter in the next activation has your pick of +1 dice, cleave, or ensnare. Okay. So you can be more accurate or have cleave or ensnare. Yes, please. Choose one friendly fighter holding an objective that is not within 2 hexes of an enemy fighter. Place that fighter on another objective token that is not within 2 hexes of enemy fighters. Give that fighter 1 move token. So they can still make attacks. And you can get onto 2 or 4 or 1, 3, and 5, whatever you need. Next one is choose up to 2 friendly fighters in your territory. Push each of those fighters 1 hex towards the nearest objective token. So if someone just earthquaked you, oops. That was a restricted card you used, and that was just a regular ploy I used. In retort. Play this only in your power phase step. -1 dice from enemy fighters' attack actions to the next activation. Just save your guys. Great Bow Block. Play this only in your power step. Each time a friendly fighter other than Sleek, which is the bird dog, is dealt damage in the next activation, reduce that damage to 1, not by 1, to 1. We got our healing card here. Choose 1 friendly fighter. On a roll of shield, heal 2. Otherwise, heal 1. The healing potion is better. Right? Let's check it out. Yeah, healing potion is better. Because you have the opportunity of getting the crit. Yeah, I'd go with... let's just go ahead and do that right now. All right, Lightning Flare. Play this only in your power step. In the next activation, enemy fighters cannot target fighters that are 2 or more away. Very good. Very good. So if you get that card early and someone is really trying to make that charge deep into your territory for the deep strike. No, sir. No. Play this only in an opponent's power step. +1 dice to friendly fighters' attack actions in the next activation. That targets an enemy fighter with one or more charge tokens. Okay. Stalwart defense. Play this only in your power step. +1 defense to each friendly fighter holding an objective. I mean, that should be all of your guys, except for Sleek. Could be Sleek too. Going in for the deep strike, going into their territory. 5 move. That's insane. A plus. Oh. +1 gets him that 6, which could get you that movement one. Choose one friendly fighter. Push that fighter 1 hex. Push that fighter up to 2 hexes if it's Sleek. Perfect. That is a better sidestep. All right. What do we got on the upgrade? Upgrades, pretty good. Let's check them out. Reaction. After this fighter's activation, in which this fighter made an attack action, push the fighter 1, restricted to Aphis. Meh. If Concussive Cloud, range 3, 2 hammers, 1 damage, knockback 1. If this attack action succeeds, give the target 1 move token. Okay. So it gives him another ranged attack that is 3 with 2 hammers and give him a move token. That's actually good. That's actually good. Because then there's no more. That guy just can't charge you. I love it, actually. I actually love it. The more I read it, the more I love it. We are going to take out something for that. Strength of Sigmar. There you go. Cool head. You can reroll 1 dice in this fighter's attack rolls. Not bad. Restricted Milesian. I'll cover you. If this fighter has yet to make a Thunderhead Great Bow attack action in this round, each time a friendly fighter within 3 hexes is the target of an attack action, you are supporting them. Pretty good. Restricted to the humans. Long range, +1 range. This fighter's it's a 4 range. But they can only attack once. Loyal Companion. Reaction. After another friendly fighter's activation, push this fighter up to 2 hexes so that the 2 fighters are adjacent. If you cannot do this, you cannot use this. So if Sleek is around when you get attacked, just move him over and bam, bingo bango, he's next to you. +1 move. Reaction. After this fighter's move action, push this fighter 1 hex onto an objective token. So let's say it's Sleek. Move 6. Move 6 and then move another. So he can move on to an objective token from 7 away. Feels good. Reconsecrate. Action. This fighter can only make this action if this fighter is in the same hex as an objective token. Pick another objective token. Place each objective token in the hex the other token was in. And give this fighter 1 charge token. I have not seen this in action, but from what it sounds like, you can put 2 objective tokens on the same hex. And then you have +1 wounds and +1 damage to this fighter's range 1 attack. Very strong. This is a better Far Striders. It's true. Far Striders are dead. Now, that's not true. Far Striders are still very good. I think these guys are better. Far Striders were my favorite before this. Okay. But anyway, those are the new guys. We're going to be playing lots of games with all these new guys. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the look. Hope you enjoyed the overview. Hope you are looking forward to games as much as I am. I hope you're having a good day. And I hope you're enjoying the streams. Goodbye.